Welcome guys and ghouls to this special Halloween edition of Animals in History. We're delving into the world of cats and their long association with witchcraft and death. Today, cats have secured themselves as one of the most popular family pets across many societies, and videos featuring our feline friends acting surprised, talking to one another, or just looking grumpy have racked up stratospheric viewing figures. Maybe it's time to get my keyboard out. Yet over the centuries, cats, particularly black cats, have been associated with bad luck, disease, death, witches, plus superstition. If a black cat crosses your path, watch out because you're going to have bad luck. But how cats became associated with the dark arts and Halloween goes way back, largely thanks to folklore and superstition. Firstly, in ancient Egypt, cats were considered a divine symbol, often featuring in Egyptian art and sculpture, with Bastet being perhaps the best-known feline goddess. Then, in Greek mythology, Hecate, the goddess of magic, sorcery, the moon and witchcraft, was described as having a cat who was not only her pet, but also her familiar. A familiar is a supernatural creature that can shapeshift. Think Professor McGonagall in Harry Potter. What then really put the cat amongst the pigeons was Pope Gregory IX, who announced in 1233 that black cats were an incarnation of Satan. In the 15th century, we then had Edward, the Duke of York, who said of cats, "Their falseness and malice are well known, but one thing I dare well say, that if any beast has the devil's spirit in him, without a doubt it is the cat." It was during medieval Europe that cats really became inextricably linked to witches. Witches were pre-Christian pagan practitioners, and they honoured the natural world and had a deep respect for plants and animals. But as the Christian church gained power, they saw these witches as competition because people liked them and listened to their wise words. So this rivalry led to the notion that any affection between a human and an animal was seen as devilish. This meant Doris, the old lady down the road with her cats, would now become a suspect as a witch. Not only were cats blamed for spreading disease and bad luck over the centuries, but they were also blamed for stealing corpses and souls. In Celtic folklore, the cat Chai is a malevolent fairy that haunts the Scottish Highlands and manifests as a large black cat. This cat appears when someone's died, determined to steal their soul from the corpse before it passes to the afterlife. To stop the cat taking the soul, friends and family would keep watch over the corpse, sing and dance to distract the cat, and stash catnip away from the corpse. The cat chai may be the first folklore responsible for the modern-day association between black cats and Halloween. That's because an ancient Celtic festival that marked the end of the harvest season and beginning of winter was typically held on the 1st of November, with celebrations starting the night before on the 31st of October. It was believed that the cat chai would bless any house that left a saucer of milk outside for it to drink. But those that didn't leave out any milk would be cursed, causing the udders of the victims' cows to go dry. Moving forward to the 1860s in America, we then have Demon Cat, a ghost cat that's said to haunt government buildings in Washington, D.C., including the White House and the Capitol building. The story of Demon Cat started back when cats were used to kill vermin in the tunnels underneath the government buildings. But one was said to have died and never left. One night, a watchman claimed to see a cat, a black cat, approaching him and suddenly grow in size, and as this cat went to pounce at him, it suddenly disappeared. Demon Cat's home is what was supposed to be the original burial chamber for President George Washington, and he is said to have appeared before presidential elections and tragedies. White House security guards have allegedly seen Demon Cat before the assassinations of President Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. Maybe we should keep a closer eye on Larry the Downing Street cat, considering all that's been going on there lately. Have a happy Halloween all.